Hello everyone, I am Pragya Srivastav. I am here to start a lecture on control systems. The course code is KEC 602 and we are discussing its unit 1. Previously in my lecture we have already studied introduction to control system. We have already studied the relevance of presence of feedback on a control system. Also we have discussed the concepts of open loop and closed loop control system. During the evaluation of a closed loop control system, we have come across the transfer function analysis of a closed loop control system. In my present lecture, we will be discussing the concept of block diagram, the basic connections, the block diagram transformation and some numerical problems. So, starting on with the introduction. So, any complex control system can be converted into a block diagram. A block diagram means all the components of the control system will be represented using blocks. So, let us consider that a system is represented here. So, this is the first block, this one is the first block here. Also, this is the input signal, this is the output signal. So, the block diagram would consist of a block, different blocks, plus there will be signals, actuating signals, there will be response to the signals, and plus there will be output to the signal. In addition to these blocks and the input signals, we will be also having some summation points, some takeoff points. So, we will be discussing each and everything in details. Block diagram is a graphical representation of a physical system which is illustrating the relationship among the components. So, whether the two components are being added up, here we see that the two components so here this is gain 1, this is gain 2, this is the input, this is the output, and we can see that these two are nothing but the component of the block diagram. This is again another component of the block diagram, this is the output component of the block diagram, this is a component which is called takeoff point, and here we see the two gain terms are being added up. Let us assume that the sign here is plus. So, the two gain term can be subtracted by replacing this plus sign with minus sign. The two gain terms can be cascaded, and in that condition they come as a product, and the same is called series connection. Also, block diagram is a shorthand pictorial representation of a cause and effect relationship of a system. So, what is cause and effect relationship? Here we see the cause and effect relationship can be studied as in this present system. We see that any system needs to have a cause to lead to an effect. So, the cause will be nothing but the reason behind with which we observe an effect, for which we have been discussing an example of a heating of a bread in a toaster from very beginning. So, the effect would be, we want to have an effect that we want the bread to get roasted up, but at the same time the roasting action will only take place when the effect of heating has been brought up very efficiently. So, here the cause is heating and the effect is browning of a bread. Also, we see the simplest form of block diagram is single block with one input and one output. So, this is the simplest diagram. So, this is also, this complete picture is a block diagram. So, here we can see single block, that is here it's a block plus one input, this one, and another input and one output, that is this one. The arrow represents the direction of information of signal flow. So, here we see that this arrow is pointing here, this arrow is pointing here. So, this is nothing but the direction of flow, the direction in which the flow of the system is determined. Likewise, the input will be traveling and entering into the block where the gain of the block is represented by Gs, and the output is traveling to the output node of this block to the output terminal of the complete block diagram. So, one more thing, the following figure shows the block having Xs as the input, Ys as the output, and the transfer function as Gs. We have already studied Cs by Rs is nothing but the transfer function. So, here this transfer function is represented by, specifically in present diagram we have Ys upon Xs, and presently the overall transfer function can be reduced as Gs in the present diagram. So, this is the simplest possible block diagram which we are having, is consisting one input, one output and a block diagram and a block, block is having a gain which is Gs. These are the components of a block diagram. So, previously we had a simplest possible block diagram that was having just 3 components, that was having just 2 components. In the previous diagram we had signal and we had block, that is it. We did not had any summing point, we did not had any take up point, we did not had any pick up point. So, all these things come together will lead to a different but a complex block diagram. So, we have already studied the 2 of them, that is signal and the block. So, component of a block diagram, system components are alternatively called as elements of a system. Block diagram has basically 4 components. So, here we see that we have already studied the input, this is one component, the output another component. Now, let us assume that we are considering a closed loop control system. In a closed loop control system, we want information of output to get to feed to input. So, we want some portion of the output, some information of the output to enter into input, so that we get a actuating signal, we get a correction mechanism. So, here we see for this feedback path the direction of flow is just opposite, we have to notice that one. Another thing, the feedback path is having a feedback transfer function. So, feedback transfer function, yeah, feedback gain, we call it feedback gain, rather calling it transfer function is for transfer function word is for overall system. So, here it is just feedback gain. So, feedback gain is Hs. More correctly we should write it as Hs. So, here we see that Hs needs to be incorporated into the input. Now, here I am taking off, here I am feeding into one another input. So, I need to either add it or subtract it. So, when the point comes to merge 2 signals, when there is a requirement to merge 2 signals or 2 or more signals, I need a summing point. This is summing point, or we call it summing junction. The name itself says summing means we can have plus or minus either of the operation. Here it is a negative feedback control system. Once again, to just to revise, the transfer function will be Cs upon Rs. Here it will be Gs upon 1 negative feedback. So, it will be 1 plus Gs Hs. Had it been a positive feedback, it would be Gs upon 1 minus Gs Hs. So, coming on to summing, summing point we have already discussed. So, this is the summing point. Now, the pick off point or the take off point. Pick off or take off point is very simple. It is just taking a replica, taking the replica from a path and feeding it to a different branch. So, here the same, the replica, the exact value present here at this node is being fed back to the feedback path. So this is called pick off or take off point. So when we are picking off some value, when we are taking off some value, we do not need any summing point. Yes, but when we are merging two values, when we are merging more than two values, we do need a summing point. So summation would come into picture whenever we have such a diagram. So here I have to add x and y. So the two vectors here, let's say it is plus, here it's minus. So the output z will be x minus y. So the two vectors will be subtracted. Had it been a plus sign here, it will be x plus y. So whenever we need to merge two or more inputs, we need a summing point, and takeoff point is just like a node. We just do not need any other symbol for the same. Here we will see some different example of summing junction or summing point. Here we see the block becomes a small circle called as summing point with the appropriate plus or minus sign associated with arrows entering into the circle. Any number of inputs may enter a summing point. These are the properties actually. The output is an algebraic sum of all the inputs which are fed to that node. So here in this example we see that we have three vectors. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So we are adding these three vectors, we are making the algebraic sum, and we see that A and B are coming up with plus sign. Here we see it's a plus sign here, it's a plus sign here, but here we see C is coming up with a negative sign. So making a algebraic sum, we would find y as A plus B minus C. We have already studied this. So here we get y equals to A plus B minus C. So this one is another example of summing point. Here this is an example where we have just two inputs, that is A plus B. Here we have the two inputs. Here we have the two inputs A minus B. So we can see that the output is y is equals to A minus B. Now we are going to study what is pick off or take off point. We have already studied this, but we will study it specifically for different problems. Here we see the take off point is a point from which the same input signal, we see the same input signal, the same value. Here we are taking off the same value, the replica. The same input signal can be passed through the branch. That means with the help of a take off point, we can apply the same input to one or more blocks using a summing point. We are just taking a portion, we are just taking a replica and we are feeding to a different branch. So here also we are taking a replica and we are feeding to a different branch. We are again feeding to a different branch. Distributes the input signal undiminished to several output points. The word undiminished only mean to say that it is actually a replica. So it is same, undeteriorated, undiminished, the same value. This permits the signal to proceed unaltered along several different paths to several different paths to several destinations. So the same output can reach to same different destinations, and we can use, like here we are using, let us assume that we were not having a takeoff point. So we need the same input and we need to give separately the same input to each of the corresponding branch. But since we are having the provision of takeoff point, we will take a replica and we do not need to give the signal again and again. In figure 2, the takeoff point is used to connect CS as one of the inputs to the summing point in this figure. So, here this is written the takeoff point and it is being fed to the input, and since we are merging more than two signals, we are using a summing point. So, here I want to clarify here the feedback gain, the Hs is 1. So, whenever we have a feedback gain which is Hs that is equal to 1, we do not represent it. So, here we have this Hs is equal to 1. So, any block diagram which is having a gain 1 can be represented as a no gain path, or we can say 1 gain equals to 1. We can represent it simply by a path. So, that is all about the present slide. So, here we are taking off the same value and multiplying it with G1s. So, let's say here the output Ca will be R1s G1s, here Cb will be R1s into G1s. I have already clarified it before itself. Whenever the signal passes through a gain term, they gets multiplied. So, it is a simple multiplication. Simply Cc will be R1s into G2s. Sorry, this time it is GA, GB, GC. So, it is let us make it GA, let us make it GB, let us make it GC. So, it is RA, RB, RC. So, CA, CB, CC. So, we are getting R1 into GA, R1 into GB, R1 into GC. Here we have some examples of summing point and takeoff points. So, this moving the summing point we will be discussing as techniques to reduce block diagram later. Just we are studying some pictorial representation and some pictorial examples, and here we see that this one is a summing point. We are adding this vector to this vector. Of course, this side we have a plus sign, here we have a negative sign. Again, this one is a takeoff point. We are studying different examples. So, when here we see it is not a merging action taking place, it is taking off. So, we are taking off here. Here also we are taking off. So, this is not a summation point. So, we should like moving the pick off point, how we are moving it up before and after a gain term, we will study it later, just to see that when we have to use a summing point, when we have to use a takeoff point. So, let us consider two examples like here. Now, I need to add this vector to this node. So, of course, I need a summing point here. Okay. So, this is here why we need a summing point, because this was one input already there, I am trying to add another input. So, I need to have a summing point. So, let us consider a case in which we would not need a summing point, like I am going to take the signal a replica, I am going to extract a replica. So, I am just taking off the value, I am just picking off the value. So, I do not need a summing point here. I will straight away take the signal, pass to a different block diagram, do whatever I want. So, this is here I of course need a summing point, here I do not need a summing point. So, here it is a takeoff point. Now, we see that what will be the series connection and cascade connection. Series connection or cascade connection is a representation of block diagram where we have two blocks just which are placed consecutive to each other. So, any finite number of blocks in series may be algebraically combined by multiplication of the transfer functions. Means this gain term and this gain term can be algebraically multiplied when they do not have any other takeoff point or any other summing point in between them. The only condition. This is n component or n block with transfer function. Let this be G1, G2, G3 till Gn connected in cascade are equivalent to a single element G with a transfer function given by. The only condition is, here we can see that we can replace it, we can say Xs will be represented as G1s, G2s, just the product, and here it is Ys, it is just the product, just the product. Now the only condition is there should not be any takeoff, it should not be there, there should not be any summation point. So they should be just placed next to each other, and then we can take just simply the product of these two. In this figure, the two block diagrams, the two blocks having the transfer function G1s and G2s are connected in series. So we can also say that the overall transfer function Ys by Xs is equal to G1s, G2s. As simple as that. So this is another example where we are studying series and cascade connection. Let us consider that we have a system in which we have I am having a eraser presently. So let us consider a simple system where we have just one input, one output, and this one is the only block G1s. So now let us consider the previous example where we have G1s plus G2s. So here it is G1s and then G2s. So simplifying it, it becomes G1 and G2, it comes together like this. So the overall transfer function is G1 and G2. See, we can see that overall transfer function is G1 and G2. Here the overall transfer function. So the transfer function will be G1 and G2. That means we can represent series connection of two blocks with a single block. Here it is the two blocks in the previous diagram, it is block 1, it is block 2. We are replacing it with just a single block. The transfer function of the single block is the product of the transfer function of those two blocks. The equivalent block diagram is shown below. So the simple algebraic multiplication of the two of them. Coming on to parallel connection. So the block which are connected in parallel will have the same input. So here we can see that the parallel subsystems have a common input and output formed by the algebraic sum of the product for all the subsystems. So here we see that, let us consider so we are having, it is already said that have a common input. So let us say this is the common input given to all of them. This is the first block, second block, the third block, and we can see here that these are the different takeoff points and we are just adding them. So, here we see y by x would be simply, we have to just make them, we have to just algebraically add them. So, this is 1 plus 2 plus 3. So, here also we are representing just the two of them, we are just taking the same case, but we have not included the third branch. So, here it is x, here it is xs, and the output is the output to the first branch is y1s, the second branch is y2s, and the output overall is combining the two of them. Here we see this y1s will be xs into g1s, y2 will be xs into g2s. So, adding the two of them, we can take x's as common and the y1s will be g1s plus g2s and the overall thing multiplied by xs. So, the new block diagram will be 1, here we have g1s plus g2s, and here we have y of s, here we have x of s. So, this is the new block diagram which we have. We have reduced the block diagram and making the parallel combination property, we have just made the algebraic sum of both of them. So, just we can see that here also it is plus. So, we are just putting the gains together and putting them algebraically, adding them. We can see the block diagram has been reduced from this to this. So, we will be studying some more examples on the same concept in my next lecture. So, we have studied what is a series connection. What is a series connection? We just make a product out of them. Then what is a parallel connection? We just add the two consecutive parallel branches which are having the same inputs. So, these are called the subsystems present in the block diagram. Thank you. That's all for block diagram components. In the next class, we will be studying some more examples and block diagram reduction. Thank you.